Hello, welcome to scr1tno Knitting Project podcast. My name is Sharon and I'm coming to you from Surrey in the UK, where I live with my family, 3 cats and a dog. Today is Monday the 20th of September and this is episode 107. Welcome if you're a new viewer, welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is my little corner of the internet where I chat about my crafty projects, and I have got knitting, a little bit of journaling and some embroidery today. So the knitting project was born out of my need to get some of my whips off my needles. I mean, it did work, but it didn't as well because I've got loads more. Oh dear. But I've been off project, as I call it, for a couple of weeks because I finished a baby blanket, and now I've just finished my September Rainbow Chronicles socks. Otherwise I wasn't going to get them finished by the end of September. So you've got half a project today. So I've got days 1, 2 and 3, and then I'm going to, I had some requests for showing my embroidery whips. I haven't got as many embroidery whips as you might think. I've only got a couple, but I will show them, happily show them to you. And a little cautionary tale as well. So yeah, so that's it for what we've got in store today. I've also got a preview for an upcoming project, which is exciting, and a couple of finished objects. So let's go into the first section. First up is admin. We have a Ravelry group. You can find me as scr1tno pretty much everywhere. There are show notes down below the video. Always forget to say that, but there should be show notes down below the video. We have 2 knit-alongs going on at the moment. We have the Stripy Sock Cal, and for this month the yarn dyes are Sweet Sparrow yarn, London House yarn, Patons and Grundl. So any of those will get you an extra entry for this month. And just to give you a preview for October, October's are the Yarn Badger, Knitpicks, Nicole Mendez, Cosy Knitter and Dragon Hill Studio. Okay, we've also got the square a day, which is where we're making a little bit of progress on something bigger every day, and this month's check-in at the end of September is 273 squares, bits, whatever, or 639 if you're working on a second year blanket. Right, so that's it for admin. I'm not wearing any knitwear today because I have my cardigan that my mummy knit my daddy on the back of my chair, but it's actually still really muggy here. It's raining and but it's really warm, so no knitwear at the moment. I'm wearing socks, knitted socks. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to show you my socks. So yeah, let's go into day 1, which is also socks. So first of all, I have finished my September Rainbow Chronicles socks. Now the Rainbow Chronicles is a knit along that has been run by So Sweet Violet and my lovely friend Kelly of Lay Family Yarn, and this is indeed Kelly's yarn. It is the 10 skein palette pack. There we go. And yeah, there are 2, and they are very much twins. I have done them the same. I knit them concurrently. I don't do 2 at a time, but I do knit them concurrently, because then I like to know that once I've done the toes that they're both done. These are still soggy because I only blocked them yesterday, but I really like these. I really like how these look. They're very pretty. So that's my September socks done. I'm really glad I got them off the needle. So I try not to make these a pressure knit because I enjoy knitting them, but they were a little bit because I had finished the baby blanket first, and then I was like, oh, I've got to get these finished or I'm going to have no content for the podcast. So that was day 1 socks. I finished these and knit their ends in, and then I actually had a little bit more of the day left, so I picked this up, which are my flower crown socks by Larkspur Knits. Let me show you the pattern. Actually show you the, oh okay, where's the picture? I've lost the picture. That's the picture. So these are the flower crown socks by Larkspur Knits. They're very pretty. I haven't done the detailing around the cuff. I would like to knit these again and do that detailing. And I had finished 1, if you remember. So that's 1 finished. I've done like a little cuff on mine as well. And I have cast on the second cuff, and I have done the first 8 rows because it's an 8-row pattern repeat. So I've done the first 8 rows of the pattern and got all my little stitch markers in there. Most of those are So Sweet Violet stitch markers, so that I could keep track of my pattern so that is up and running at least, which I'm really pleased about. That is a needle cozy from Craft House Magic. So I'm back on working on these, and this is the 3 Ships colourway from Lay Family Yarn, which I think might still be available in her shop. It's very pretty. It's such a pretty, delicate, pinky, bluey speckle. All my favourite colours. So I'm really pleased to have that. So they are progressing nicely, those socks. And because this weekend I have had some time with the girls, I've either been in the car with them, the girls being my daughters, I've either been in the car with them or we've played some games. I have actually got some work done on my Sherry Iris sock. So I was there when you last saw it. So I have done some of the gusset decreases, and this is looking really pretty. These are going to be quite autumnal socks, aren't they? I'm looking forward to getting these done. And I've kind of come to the conclusion I really like doing my socks concurrently, which means with the amount of sock whips I've got, I'm going to have to start getting more sock needles. So I shall be purchasing more sock needles in the near future, but at the moment I've just done this one. And this is, I'll show you this because that's the rest of the yarn that I haven't actually balled up yet, which is very pretty. There's beautiful teals and kind of a sandy brown, and then a maroon in there as well. Such a pretty yarn. And this was it's called Long Lazy Days. And I didn't say about my project bags, did I? This one's hanging out in my really pretty, I love this little bag, little daisy bag. It's got daisies and forget-me-nots on the front from Sherry Iris. So pretty. And then this one, oh, which is also a really pretty little bag, is Taffety Mouse. So that's my day one is socks. Bear with me, I'm just going to have a quick drink. I'm not caffeinated yet. I haven't had a chance to drink my coffee. Day two is a finished object. Now I was knitting the Pesserine hat, which is a pattern by Erica Huser. I'm sorry I haven't got the pattern with me. I have, however, got the finished object. So I have the balloon. So here we go. So you can see the little birdies all the way around. I love this. I did most of the motif on Saturday. I had got a little bit done. I think I was about there when you last saw it. I had got a little bit done. And are we back to the beginning yet? I don't know. I'm really pleased with how the colour work, isn't he lovely? They're all slightly different. I'm really pleased with how the colour work has worked out in this. You can clearly see them and the branches, and it's super soft. The dark yarn here is Full and Vine in her Edinburgh colourway, and this is that's a single, and then the pink is Hedgerow Yarns Alpaca. It's just a pale pink. I don't think it has a colourway name. And yeah, look at the decreases. It's so lovely. Now this is, I'm going to take it off of here now because it's dry. Well, go away balloon. This is a very, very lightweight hat, so I am very reluctant to put a pom-pom on it because I don't think it would stay on anybody's head with a pom-pom on it. So although I have the perfect pom-pom for it, I'm not going to put a pom-pom on this. This is a Christmas present for a dear friend, so I'm not going to put a pom-pom on it, but I am going to make another hat with my leftovers of this and put a pom-pom on that, because this is a much thicker yarn than the alpaca. So I'm going to do that and make probably the same friend a pom-pom hat too, because I think she'll enjoy the pom-pom. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that. I might have to reblock it because I think that may have blocked out a bit too much. I think that's it's done the alpaca stretch, so I may have to reblock that and not blow up the balloon as much, but I will think about that. But yes, that is the Pesserine hat, and yeah, I love it. I love how these little birds have come out, and I know my friend will love that. So that's day two. Day 3 is the EDT. I'm doing a modified EDT. So the ED is a t-shirt by Isabel Kramer. Sorry, I'm trying to find somewhere to put this balloon because it's annoying me. Just stay there. The ED is a t-shirt by Isabel Kramer. Have I got... It's on my desk. And that's how it looks like. So what I'm doing is I'm making longer sleeves and I'm putting lace on the bottom of the sleeves. I'm not doing the short row shaping at the bottom here. I'm putting lace and splitting the hem on the bottom, and I'm not doing the pattern bit in the middle. But the actual kind of essence of it is the EDT. I follow all her numbers. And I've got this little notebook that I keep straight all my numbers in. So yeah, that lives with it. I was working on it last night during a knit night, and I haven't got around to putting it away. It's living in my Sherry Iris bag with my other 2 balls of yarn which are in there, and this is the one I'm using, which is also Sherry. This was a club colour from June, maybe, I can't remember. And I'm actually mid-row, but it's quite useful at mid-row because it actually means I can show you what it's going to look like. So that is the top. Oh, isn't it pretty? I love how this is coming out. I really love how this is working up. So that's the first colour, and it's going to fade into this one, which is sort of a darker green and lighter pink. And then finally it's going to go into this one, which is a darker green still and a purple. So that was the end of my rotation. So I managed to, where I finished my socks happened to be day 1 socks, and that's just the way it worked out. So that's where I'd finished my rotation for this week. So today is day 4, which is baby knits, and I will be casting on something new for that, so I don't know what that will be. But I thought I would just give you a preview of something else very quickly while we're sitting here. It's on my desk. My lovely friend Sally, hello Sally, has gifted me the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along. I've never done one before, but I have kind of admired them from afar. And I was looking at it yesterday morning and realised I had the perfect yarn set for it already in stash. Many years ago I was going to do the Mystery Knit Along from Andrea Mowry, What the Fade I think it was called, and I bought a pack from Eden Cottage Yarns, but I never knit it because it had brioche in it, and at that time I couldn't do brioche. Now I can do brioche, I just don't particularly like it. So I know with Stephen he will often do an alternative if he puts brioche in his patterns, and I will be doing the alternative. So I have got these colours. I've got my bag all sorted out. This is my dandelion and dogwood bag because I figured I needed a nice big bag. And I've got my needles with another Craft House Magic needle cozy. I also have a Craft House Magic notions case. It's all about Craft House Magic. And these are my colours. So I have put the ball bands inside. If you will bear with me, I will read you the colours. So this is all Eden Cottage yarn, and it's not, I thought it was just a 75-25, but it's not. It sparkles. So it's a 70% merino superwash, a 20% tussar silk, and 10% silver stellina. Right, and this colourway is called Antique Rose. So that's one of the colours. If you'll bear with me, I am going to put all the colours back in together. Otherwise, the next time I get this out, when I'm actually recording the podcast and knitting on it, I won't know what colours are. Then I've got this one, which is sort of a grey. It's going to be a bit green on the camera. It's not that green. Grey with dark pink. And is called Japanese Anemone. So that one's Japanese Anemone. Then there's this pink, which is Sorry, I wrap these up really well. Rose bed. So that's rose bed. Then I've got this, it's sort of a dark green. It kind of looks grey as well, but it's dark, sort of a dark green, which is called, by the end of this MCAL, I'll know this off by heart. Oh, this is just in Cottage Originals. It hasn't got a name, but it's got a very long number, which I'm not going to read out. Let's see if I can pick them all up in a minute. But if not, I can show you something different together anyway. And then this one is Driftwood, which is that one there. So, whoops. Let's see if I can't pick these all up. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be able to because my hands are really not that big, but here we go. Give it a go. So that's my colours. Oh, they look pretty. As I said, they're sparkly too, but I don't know whether the camera's picking up the sparkle. Maybe a little bit on that green there. So they're all sparkly too. And Stephen tells you how to do a little swatch of your colours if you wish to swatch them. And that's what my swatch comes out as. I'm only swatching for colour placement. I wasn't swatching for gauge. But yeah, so that's how they're going to look. Very me, I think we can safely say, can't we? And yeah, how lovely to be able to use something that you've had in stash since 2017, I think this was. And might have been early 2018, but I think it was 2017 if I'm honest. It's early enough that I was still putting my stash on Ravelry, which I'm not anymore. Yeah, so that's all sitting there waiting for the MCAL. So it's the 8th of October, I believe. I will be in Cirencester in a caravan, so that could be quite a fun thing to have to cast on for between ballooning slots if it's flyable. If it's not flyable, I might get quite a bit of that done. So that's the last of the knitting content. We're going to move on into embroidery. Right, as I said, I haven't got as many embroidery whips as you might think. I have got Autumn, which is this one here, which I was doing this time last year. And I've kind of, I'm about a quarter of the way through it. It needs an iron, that it definitely needs. I think this was supposed to be my autumn journal cover from last year, but I kind of didn't get back to it. Getting all these out has got me thinking I really want to start getting some of these finished, so I want to try and work a little bit on embroidery every day. The idea was I was supposed to be doing it between 4 and 5 every day after I finished work, but life events have overtaken me recently and I haven't had it between 4 and 5 after I finished work. We've been doing other things. So that's that one. I got this embroidery kit from a charity shop. I mean, this is embarrassing. From a charity shop in the summer, and I did start it. So it's a tablecloth. It's massive, as you can see. And I did start it. I've put some French knots there. That's it. That's all I've done. And as you can see, it's probably my active one because it's got my little magnetic needle keeper on it. Not that my needle's on it, but there we go. So that's going to be a long-term project. It's huge, this thing. I may have bitten off more than I can chew with that one for the moment. And then I've got my favourite one, which is my sampler. And I have worked a little bit on this year, but not a lot. Let me see there. So the cow pasture down the side is not part of the sampler. That is part of a stitch along that Sherry Iris did, and I took part in and popped it on here. But this I really do want to get finished because I want to get this framed so it can hang in here. So that I would like to get done. So that's it for my embroidery whips. That one's also the stitchery. I love how Nikki's packaging comes. And as I said, cautionary tale. I have been looking at this set online as it's been released this year, and thought how much I really love it and how much I'd like to do it. So I'll show you inside. So these are the lovely threads, and that's the cloth. So I really want to do this one, and I've been kind of eyeing it up, thinking, oh, I really want to get that. Only to discover today, when I was looking through for my WIPs, that I already have it. I think it must have been in the Christmas Eve box, cast-on box from last year. Yeah, so I could have bought that twice if I wasn't careful, which I think is really naughty. And I need to, my cautionary tale is, I need to organise my embroidery a bit better. I've got a lot of little kits that I've got over the last couple of years, and they're just dotted around the place, like they're in project bags or excuse me. So these are the bags I use for embroidery. And have I got another one in here, or is this just autumn? I think this is just autumn. And it wouldn't be unusual for me to have sort of stuffed another one in here. I think that is just my, yeah, that's just my sampler one. So they're all over the place, and I think I need to organise them. So I'm thinking maybe getting something like shoebox sized, maybe, so I can just kind of pop them in, because I've got a Stitchery advent calendar this year. I know a lot of it is notion bits, but I think there is some kits in there, so I think I need to organise these so I don't accidentally buy the same thing twice. But I'm very excited to own this and be able to do it. I have to say. Oh dear, oops, I need to organise myself a bit better. It's not like I haven't got the space with which to do it, so organisation is the key. Right, so that's the end of that bit. I have got some happy mail that I want to share with you. So happy mail comes with a extra bit of crafty stuff. I want to put a log in our new caravan that's going to say basically where we stayed, how long we stayed, any notes about the caravan, things we've learned, things we need to know, etc. And then maybe just write down anything about the site that we like, we dislike, or if we go to a really nice restaurant, or if we go to a really bad restaurant so we don't go there again. Not an actual travel journal, because I've got a separate one of those, but just sort of like a log of life in the caravan. And I had this journal cover, this one here. I was hoping that Rachel from Say Remy still had hers, but she'd sold out, which I'm not surprised. So I've had this one, but it doesn't have the elastics down the side for you to change the inserts. It's only got one big insert, and it wasn't appropriate for what I wanted, but I did have some inserts, so all I've done is just literally tied them on with yarn. So I've put my inserts in there, and I've got various ones. It should keep the caravan going for a little while. I particularly like that one. I'm thinking I might use that for balloon meets, just to, because there's bits that we need to log with balloon meets, like who flew, who crewed for us, who flew on what flight, who did what job, who was the driver, etc, etc. So I'm thinking that when I've got, because chances are if we're at the balloon meet we've got the caravan with us, I can log that in the back, so that I'm going to use for that. So this isn't new. This I don't even know where I got this from. As I said, it had a totally inappropriate insert, which I can't show you because, but it was all like if you're traveling like for like a foreign trip almost, like it had currency converters in there and receipts and things like that, which I don't need. So I set that up for the caravan anyway. And then lovely Rachel from So Remy has done pencil cases. And I chose this one, which I love, and I think, again, you'll agree, is very much me. I do love it. I was going to buy two. I was going to buy one for home and one for the caravan, but I got cart-jacked on the second one. So I've only got one, and it's going to go to the caravan. And I also bought from her a pen set to go with it, some washi tape, some pretty washi tape. No, that was part of the set. Hold on, that's the other one. That's got days of the week on. I just thought that'd be fun to stick in on the journal. And I've got some little cloud paper clips because I use these all the time to stick in receipts and things. And then I also bought a journal pack from her, which is just these little bits and pieces, which I thought might be fun to use and decorate it with. I need to put a little glue mouse in here actually. That's something I do need to put in. I'd forgotten about that. That's the inside. Isn't it lovely? So label. Really like this, and it came with a little pen as well and some washi tape. So that was a little ephemera pack, and I'm just going to keep that in the caravan. That's just going to stay in there, and it will be there for when I want to update that journal. Rachel really is my go-to girl for journal supplies at the moment. So yeah, so that's going to live in the caravan for our caravan and ballooning journal. So that was one bit of happy mail. Now the rest of it is yarny happy mail. So I got my club from Woolly Goodness. So if you haven't got your Scrappy Project Club for September, please do look away. That is cute. Isn't that lovely? That's the inspiration photo. And this is the lovely yarn. These are all going into a habitation throw, but I've kind of stalled on it at the moment just because I'm fixated on that Hedgerow Yarns one that I want to get finished. Isn't that lovely? I see a lot of these blankets now going down the caravan because I don't think you can ever have enough blankets. So that's that one. You can look back now. And I got my, what are you, November maybe? Yep, November palette pack for the Rainbow Chronicles. These are going to be some fun socks, aren't they? I'm looking forward to November's. Oh, they're pretty. Autumn rainbow. Yeah. So that's Lay Family Yarn. She's on the wonk. So that'll be my November socks. And I couldn't resist this. I really wanted a skein of this. This is one of Lay Family's, so Kelly or Nick, Spiced Apple. It's one of their Christmas colourways. I love it. So this is going to be a pair of Christmas socks for myself. Maybe my Christmas Eve cast on. If I do a Christmas Eve cast on, I may not be able to hang on that long because I love the colourway so much. I might cast it on because I'm going to the Woolay retreat in December, so I might cast it on to knit at the retreat. But, yeah, absolutely love it. So that's it for happy mail. Just news from the knitting project. Right, okay. I don't know what I told you last week, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself. This weekend did not go as planned. We were going out for a Friday adventure on Friday and had various bits and pieces to do Saturday and Sunday, but the weather went flyable. Ian had a load of examination flights to do, so he wasn't here. So Friday morning we went to the Ashdown Forest and there's a mobile coffee place down there. So we had coffee and cake at something ridiculous like 10 o'clock in the morning, but never mind. And then we were back here. We saw our little grandson and had cuddles with him while we had lunch, and then Ian was off. So in the afternoon, when Meg got back from work, we played games, which was fun. We were playing Villainous. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's a good fun game. So we were playing Villainous. And then Saturday, and also Friday we went down to Red Hill to get a book for Meg, because Meg has just discovered, having told her she would enjoy them, the Court of Thorn and Roses saga. And I think she's read she's read the first 2 books in a week. So we went down and bought the next book for her. That was on Friday night, and then Saturday morning we actually sat out in the garden. It was beautiful here Saturday. We sat out in the garden. I was listening to Discovery Witches on Audible and knitting. What was I knitting Saturday? Was I finishing off my Rainbow Chronicles socks? No, it was the hat. I was doing the hat. So I was following a chart, so that was ideal, being able to listen to an audiobook. And then we went to Starbucks to get a coffee, and Ian came back in the mid-afternoon. Then Sunday, yesterday, I spent the entire morning caking up my 5 balls of yarn for the MCAL, because anybody got any tips for the Amish Swift, the Chalgu Amish Swift? Because it seems that skeins of yarn have a greater circumference than the largest circumference of the Swift now. And I tried putting toilet rolls on each one of them to make it wider, and even that wasn't wide enough. So I'm really struggling with my Swift at the moment. So if anybody's got any more tips, yeah, let me know, please. It's not ideal. And it took me forever because it kept tangling and it kept falling off, and I had to hand wind the balls, and then I put the balls in my little sheep yarn bowl and wound them that way. What a nightmare. So it took me the best part of 3 hours to wind those skeins. It was silly. And then we went to Biggin Hill. And then this week we have got, tonight I'm going to go and see Waitress with Charlie and Meg as part of Charlie's birthday, because it's my middle daughter's birthday on Saturday. So we're going to go and see that in Crawley, so it's kind of local to us. And then Tuesday night I have guides, Wednesday night we're free, but I'm anticipating going down and seeing our grandson. Thursday night I have brownies, and Friday we are collecting the caravan, which is so exciting, so excited about that. Saturday we are going to go to Hampton Court with Charlie for her birthday, and then Sunday we're kitting out the caravan because we're off the following week. So it's going to get a bit crazy around here. I'm going to stay on project, but I might not have a huge amount of progress on each project, but because you've not really seen them recently, hopefully it won't be too boring. I will have a new baby knit because I want to decide today what I'm going to knit baby wise, although the Life Ring socks by Catboardy, which is a free pattern, they stay on his feet really well, so I'm going to make him some more Life Ring socks. The ones I've made, his little toes are right at the top now, so he's growing really quickly. So I'm going to make the next size up because it was like this very smallest size, so I'm going to make him the next size up. So I'm going to hit a mini set for that and find some minis to do those in, and then yeah, what else have we got? So it'll be my Whitmore cardigan and obviously my hedgerow yarn blanket. So hopefully next week I will have a full project. If not, I still have many whips that I can go through, so there will be a part 2 of my whips at some point, but I am saving that for when I perhaps haven't got as much content as I would do normally. Luckily this week I did. Thank you to everybody who said they wanted to see my embroidery whips. As I said, I haven't got as many as you might think, but I need to get on with them actually. I do need to do that. Right, I think that's it from me. I'm not sure how much of a vlog I've got. I don't think I've got much at all because we didn't go anywhere in the end. But anything I have got will be following on in a moment. So I hope you're all okay wherever you are. Take care, and I'll see you next week. When you're test knitting, you need to be able to... Honestly, I'm trying to have a tidy up. And you can't do anything, can you, without a cat? Demi is just inspecting the fact that I have emptied that shelf. The idea is that I'm going to move the stuff that I don't use on that shelf down to that shelf, so I can move that whole pile of junk from there to there, so that I can actually have the stuff I use every day to hand. But apparently it's going to be a cat home. Hello, my little stalker. She's just so cute.